Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Kat. I want to launch a new series called Biotalks with Kat. It will kind of focus on one topic in each video, discussing about the disease prevalence, treatments, market trends, and key players or other companies. In addition, I may highlight some clinical trials or products to look out for. This series is definitely packed with information and is targeted for people who are interested in kind of getting into biotech or pharma, but may just need a quick boost on what's going on in the market. Because let's be honest, it is really hard to gather all the news and keep things up to date. If you like this series, please subscribe and comment below what topic you would like to know to stay up to date. Without further ado, let's get started. Today's topic is all about Alzheimer's disease. This is definitely the hot topic in the CNS and aging space. Alzheimer's disease is the most common and well-categorized form of dementia, accounting for 60 to 80% of cases. It typically presents with memory problems and is differentiated from other forms of dementia by two hallmarks in the brain: beta amyloid plaques and phosphorylated tau neurofibrillary tangles. In absence of targeted treatments, most patients with typical presentation will never receive a definite diagnosis. Today, upwards of 55 million globally live with dementia. Predictions suggest that number will more than double to 139 million by 2050. With baby boomers turning 65 in 2030, aka 1 in 5 Americans are 65 and above by then, this becomes a very serious issue. In addition, baby boomers have more than half of the total wealth in the US, and that means they will pay extra attention and care to their health and well-being. According to Alzheimer's Association, currently there are almost 7 million Americans are living with Alzheimer's dementia. Among people aged 70, 61% of those with Alzheimer's dementia are expected to die before age 80, compared to 30% of people without Alzheimer's dementia. Alzheimer's disease was the 5th leading cause of death among individuals aged 65 and older in 2021. Alzheimer's disease may cause even more death than official sources recognize. It is also a leading cause of disability and poor health in older adults. Before a person with Alzheimer's dies, they are likely to live through years of morbidity as the disease progresses. In 2024, health and long-term care costs for people living with Alzheimer's and other dementias are projected to reach $360 billion. Alzheimer's disease have always been a battleground, if not graveyard, for pharmaceutical companies. Between 2004 and 2021, nearly 100 compounds failed in phase 2 or phase 3. While the commercial opportunity is quite large, it might have been too risky that investors didn't want to go there. Despite a history of high failure rates, the space have seen recent approvals, including Biogen's Leqembi for Alzheimer's and the most recent approval, Eli Lilly's donanemab. The first and most famous drug is probably aducanumab from Biogen, which was approved back in 2021 by FDA to be used as really the first treatment for Alzheimer's disease. It is a monoclonal antibody treatment that targets the amyloid beta protein, which is one of the hallmarks of AD, in the brain. The drug is designed to reduce the buildup of amyloid beta, which is a main feature of Alzheimer's disease. And it may slow the progression of early stage dementia. In June 2021, the US FDA granted the accelerated approval for people with mild symptoms of Alzheimer's disease. However, in January 2024, the manufacturer Biogen announced that it would discontinue the development and the commercialization of aducanumab worldwide, as well as ending a related clinical study. Biogen obviously stated that the whole discontinuation is due to the kind of reprioritization, reshuffling its resources for the AD, and is not for the safety or efficacy reasons. But of course, everybody has their own opinions. Recently, there's a headline about Biogen terminated a AD program from Denali, and that is probably the indication of Biogen management is seriously about the reprioritization, different neurodegenerative disease programs. The Biogen CEO claimed that he wanted to bring in more early stage medicines, arguing that there's just more shareholder value to be had if it's early when the company gets in. But in the meantime, he prefers companies like Rita, which has an FDA-approved drug, Skyclarys, which is the first treatment for the rare inherited neurological disorder, Friedreich's ataxia, that could potentially generate sales of $1.5 billion in 2030. How much did Biogen pay? $7.3 billion. So there's a little bit conflict on what he says and what Biogen actually did. But anyways, coming back to the newer treatments, both Leqembi and the Lilly's drug Kinsula are both anti-amyloid antibody IV infusion therapies. Both have received the traditional approval, not accelerated approval, from the US FDA to treat early Alzheimer's disease, including people living with mild cognitive impairment or mild dementia due to Alzheimer's disease, who have confirmation of elevated beta amyloid in the brain. Well, despite winning approval in a range of countries like the US, China, Japan, and Israel, Leqembi has come up short in eyes of European regulators. Although patients with Leqembi score better than placebo on the clinical dementia rating scale, sum of boxes, which is an index used to measure dementia severity, the difference between the two groups was small, the EMA noted in kind of fact sheets. So ultimately, the agency ruled that the positive effects of Leqembi on delaying cognitive decline do not counterbalance the risk of serious adverse events. So obviously, the key players in AD fields are Biogen, Eisai, and Eli Lilly, but there are other companies to watch in the coming time. Another example is Tau RX, a leader in tau-based research in AD. It has submitted marketing authorization application, the MAA, in UK for HMTM to treat the mild cognitive impairments and mild to moderate stage of dementia due to Alzheimer's disease. If successful, the UK could be the first country in which an accessible, safe, oral treatment which targets the hallmark tau pathology of the disease becomes available to patients. There's always debate in academia what is the root cause of AD. Some says A-beta and some says tau. So this would be an interesting alternative to watch out for. Other trends to look out for in the AD space is first, the diagnostic approaches. So currently, the NFL, or the antibody detected from the CSF, the spinal cord, is still the biomarker gold standard for AD. In coming years, we can expect to see the scientific improvements, such as the ability to detect amyloid in the blood rather than the CSF. And this could avoid the need for an invasive lumbar puncture. Another one is the digital therapeutics. So digital therapeutics have already been approved in the field of neurology, such as software for treating insomnia or ADHD. Now, companies such as Brain Plus and cognitive therapeutics are investing in developing digital therapies for Alzheimer's disease. These either digitize already accepted disease management techniques, such as cognitive stimulation therapy, or provide a non-drug avenue to explore potentially disease-modifying approaches. Either way, combination approaches with novel pharmaceuticals may lead to meaningful and cost-effective improvements in patient outcomes and ultimately broader uptake. Well, that's it for the video. If you like it, don't forget to thumb up and subscribe to my channel, and I'll provide more information about other disease and treatment and market trends. Let me know what other topics you want to learn in 10 minutes, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time.